and welcome to the Life Show. My name is Tyrone Brown Jr., and of course, this is Jackie Roper Jr. We're here for Motivational Monday, and we are so glad to be with you. Before we get started, we just want to welcome you to join us via Facebook. We want to welcome you to join us via the radio, wherever you are listening from, as well as our website, which is www.thelifeshowpodcast.com. We just want to send a shout out to Glen Marketing. Man, we are on the rise. And I'm sure that we're going to get more details on down the road of what exactly Glen Marketing is, so that you will be able to cover all of your commercial and advertising needs. All right. And so today is Motivational Monday. And guess what? I got my main man, Jackie Roper Jr. What's happening, Jack?
Oh, Junior, baby. I'm good.
I'm good. You know it.
Motivated to talk. Let them know what's on our mind. I'm ready, Tyrone. How you doing?
Man, it's good, man. It's good. I got nothing bad to say, but we got a real hot topic here that we're gonna get into tonight. And this is something that has really been on my mind for quite some time. And I think it's about time that we bring it to the forefront. Of course, I'll introduce the topic, and we're going to take a deeper look into the educational system, a deeper look into the educational system. I just want to say, for all of those that are going to school right now, man, my prayers go out to you because of, what's going on with the pandemic. But my prayers go out. We're seeing a hit all over the world, with the NBA, with just regular life. We're seeing it across the world in various countries, not just our own, but every country. And so what we want to do tonight is we want to take a deeper look into the educational system. Now, what I did is I looked up, Jackie, that thousands of students have dropped out of school due to COVID-19. Wow. And that was a report that was done in 2018. I'm sorry, in 2020, the earlier part of this year in 2021. But there was a report that was done in March on CNN that said that thousands of students have dropped out of school due to COVID-19. And then I looked up, some graduation rates, for, with the pandemic, that the graduation rates have started fluctuating long term. It's having an impact on the high schools right now, but then later on with our kids that's in the younger grades, it's going to start affecting them, because once they start getting to the higher grades, how are they going to function, in a world that we don't even know how it's going to be in the next couple of years? So that's my question. I mean, that's my concern. Is how are we gonna look? How is our educational system gonna look within the next couple of years? I'm not too sold on it, Jack. I really am not.
Well, I totally understand what you're saying, because no one has really talked to it about the parents, or explain what's going on, man. My daughter, we just had a parent-teacher conference today. Yeah. By you speaking of this subject, this was really her first year back in school. She started, and as soon as she started, the pandemic hit. So it really pulled her out of school her first year. My kids is excited to go to school more than I am. You know what I'm saying? They was. Yeah. And then when it opened back up, it was a little hesitation, Tyrone, of going back to school. Like I tell you before, my kids are more COVID aware than I am. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because I've been vaccinated, they haven't been vaccinated. Sometimes I feel like even though I've been vaccinated, that I got the cape on or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the actual truth, man. I'm back into where we in this cold and flu season, so I'm wearing my mask
Yep.
more often. But like I said, my 9-year-old son tells me more to wear my mask. Daddy don't go. He don't grab not near doorknob going to the grocery store, gas station at all. He really wish they all had automatic doors.
Yeah.
But by that being said, man, it has changed him in his thinking, like you said. And no
Definitely.
one is, and so me, just by me educating myself or just being a self-aware person, I try to look at all of that of what you're saying, Tyrone, because no one is going to see it or spot it before the home. If you continue to stay in your daily life and not really see what's affecting your kids because you're overwhelmed about what your life stresses are, you got to learn how to balance them all, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm
Yeah.
watching my kids as they go to school. I see the mask that they put on before they go. We just had a event at the school with the holiday seasons.
Right.
They got all of uh the kids are singing and stuff like that. And so now we got masks that we drop our kids off. But you saying now, parents, just to come see your kids sing, bring your butt into this school and watch your kids. It didn't really click into me because if I can do that, then why the heck can't I walk my kid into the school? Why you
Right.
waiting until this car ride line? And Tyrone, how many people was packed up into this school
I
to watch
know.
your kids sing? It really didn't make no sense. So
Yeah.
the people who's educating our kids are not really the smartest of the bunch.
Right. Right. But see, this the thing. This is
Not
what.
saying that, but I'm just saying common sense
Yeah.
didn't make no common sense, man.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I'm not trying to say they're not the smartest of the bunch, but sometimes common sense ain't just it doesn't register, and that was not common sense
Right.
for that school to be so packed for me to see my kids sing a song
Yeah.
when I could have got a Zoom. Y'all could have did that earlier in the day. It's so much more technology to where what I hear what you saying because you're breeding this COVID awareness, but you also giving a miscommunication of how to take the precautions for it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it's really a misread for a kid who is really smart. These kids are smarter than the average bear now, man.
They are.
And so I feel what you're saying. My son will be going on to another grade level, and
Okay.
things won't be as lax as they is in this grade level now. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Now, Jackie, here it is. Look at this. Now, I we gonna deal with the younger grades, the K to let's just say K to 8.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna deal with them. And you talked a bit about, especially with your experience, but I want to get to some educational numbers as far as high school and college goes,
Mm-hmm.
because what's going on is people don't think that is real, and here it is. Our educational system, it lends the understanding that this is real. So look at this. This report was done by CNBC. All right. And this was done, if I'm not mistaken, in April of this year. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Look at this. Watch this. 25% of students postponed college during COVID. Some postponed it indefinitely. Now, if people are postponing college, if you most people, if you don't, you know what I'm saying, if you don't get in that habit, or if you get out of the routine,
It's
that's
hard to
why
come back
they.
in.
That's what I'm talking about. If most people, what they do is, as soon as they finish high school,
You better go.
because
Ain't
out
no
of
gap
sight,
here,
out of mind.
man. You know why? Okay, I'm gonna give you a primary example,
Okay.
and I'm speaking on real life situations, man. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? No names, but I can tell you stories. Had a nephew that wanted to be a mortician.
Okay.
um, Me and his mother got into a little dispute because she said she didn't want her son to have no education, no debt. But she went out and got him a $16,000 used car, which was in his name, which he had to pay the bills for. Didn't
Mm.
make no sense to me because your first year of college, you don't need a car,
Right.
but you don't want him in no debt. Now, there is Ivy Tech. There's all these other schools. You don't have to go to ISU or Ball State, but you can get your education started. So to me, it didn't balance out to where we got into an argument of the funds that this or the debt that this kid was going to obtain from an education, but you put a $16,000 car in his name, and that's the equivalent to 2 years of college or maybe three. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
you didn't teach him the principle. He did not go to college. He wanted to be a mortician. He ended up right now. I really don't know what the kid doing because, hey, once you get past that age and you start making the decisions, and the people who told you to you can do this and you can do that, and you choose the path that that person told you, because now this kid had a dream, and now to me, he's not living it.
Yep.
That
Yep.
gap year will screw you up because now you got to fend for yourself. You got to
Yep.
provide for yourself. You're in
Yep.
your parents' house and you want to be a grown adult, and someone is telling you this and that, man. You better get yourself together. I got out and went to college because my mama laid two options. She said, you're going to the army or you're going to college. But at the same time, it wasn't about those two rules. It was, it's time for me to be a man.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here, and then I know I'm going to do some disrespectful stuff. So what you're saying is that year can hinder a lot of kids, man, and a decision to go back to college. It
See,
won't be that.
but check this out. 25% people don't they think it's a low rate. 25% is a lot.
That's a huge rate. They made them mandate vaccinations. So it was so many other things, man. We got the COVID virus. We're going to mandate you to take 2 shots before you come back or come
Yep.
to this campus. So the rules start getting into place. So now the educational system is at the point to where now you're forcing me to take this shot, but
Yep.
you're not listening to the exemptions, man. The religion, they don't care because it's their university. So no matter what, it came to be rules. And so now with these rules, Tyrone, no one is hearing what you're saying.
Right.
More and more rules are being in place for people to obtain an education after they finish high school, to where they don't want to get this shot. So where are they going to go to get an education? Now is it going to be online? You see what I'm saying? More people are probably going to push to online colleges
Yep.
because I don't have to go into a university, or I
Right.
don't have to show you proof of shot record.
Now, there is 3 points that I'm getting ready to make. I'm gonna read 3 points that I want to make, and we're gonna discuss each of them after all. I name all three, then we're gonna go right back through them so that we can discuss them. Now, check this out. This report was done in October. That's only a couple months ago. Okay, this report was done in October. According to the 2021 Building A Grad Nation report from the America's Promise Alliance, an estimated 3 million students stopped going to school altogether when the COVID-19 pandemic forced a transition to virtual learning. That's the first one. See, I couldn't grasp, or people could not grasp the 25%. So I had to go and get the actual number. So the number is 3 million, over 3 million, or an estimated 3 million students have altogether dropped out of school since COVID-19, since they forced it to the transition of virtual learning. That's a big number. Now, this is the next point that we're going to discuss. The greatest impacts were felt by traditionally underserved groups, including, watch this, students of color, English learners, and those from low income families. That ain't all. Look, I got one more. Watch this. According to the report, early evidence doesn't show a significant drop in the graduation rates for the class of 2020, though the nation is off track to reach a 90% graduation rate goal. The rate hit an all-time high of 85.8% in 2019, but the report cautions that without focus from states on sustaining improvements for student groups, include English learners and those with disabilities, that number could become a high watermark. So do you understand all three of those points? They're critical to our next generation after us. Those are huge numbers, man.
It is. It is.
I mean, let's start with the first point that I made. Here it is. According to the 2021 Building a Grad Nation report from the America's Promise Alliance, an estimated 3 million students stopped going to school altogether when the COVID-19 pandemic forced a transition to virtual learning. So when students were forced to go online and learn, an estimated 3 million students dropped out immediately. I ain't doing that. I mean, if that does not knock on the door to there's a problem, I don't know what else. I don't know what does. There is a major issue on the horizon, and all we're seeing is, well, I don't have to work. Well, look, after this, we got to sound the alarm, Jackie, because we taking too many things for granted. People, look, right now, people would rather, and I said this in a previous show, that people would rather sit on their behind and then collect all of these government checks so that they don't have to do anything, so to speak, right now. But you're not even looking towards your future. Here it is. The educational system it's really a decrease right now. So what is the next generation going to look like? The next generation of leaders. What is it going to look like? We're going to have a problem, Jack. There's a problem.
It is.
And we got to look closely at it.
But where do you start, though, Tyrone? The question is, where do you start? Because it's like, as you saying, is everybody sitting on their butt because they getting this little money, but you really supposed to be working at the same time as receiving that funds to where it would be better for you, because now you're burning those funds.
Yep.
So don't feel like you are better than what you were doing. You have to make sure that you have a sustainable future and weed through that, because when it comes to be that is all over with, are you going back to those jobs? Did you make a way for yourself better than what it was, prior to? I just went and got a sandwich from Jimmy John's today, man, and the guy said, man, I said, how y'all doing it? He said, man, we understaffed, but we making it. I said, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you went here. And there's a lot of older people that are working in these places now, to when it used to be more teenage people working in Jimmy John's and McDonald's and stuff like that. And they're not. I don't know if they found some secret sauce that is making it, or are they struggling? Because I don't have a teenager in my home or someone that young to know what they are doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the old saying goes, and I still hold to this principle today. If I give you a fish, then you can eat for today. It's a lot of people just eating for today, and they ain't worried about tomorrow because they living their best life today.
Yeah.
You know, but then if I teach you, see, don't nobody want to be taught. Well, I ain't gonna say don't nobody want, but most people they don't want to be taught
What do you
because
want to be told?
I mean, look, if I teach you, if I teach you something, then you got that skill for a lifetime. And guess what? Now you can pass it on to your kids, and your kids can pass it on to their kids, and so on and so forth. You don't know that that skill may be the difference between life and death. And that's a major problem.
It is.
Look, this is the next point. This is number two that we're not looking at right now. The greatest impacts. Now we just talked about, okay, we just talked about 3 million students, estimated 3 million students stopped going to school.
Mm-hmm.
But then the greatest impacts were felt by traditionally underserved groups, including students of color,
Mm-hmm.
which means us, right?
Mm-hmm.
English learners, and those from low income families. So, how we gonna get smarter? How we gonna learn skills? And we to stop going to school. That's a problem, bro. That's actually our way out from low income, from being in low income. That's actually our way out. College is our way out from being, in the minority. It's our way out because it puts us on a plane where we at least are educated so that we can find, you know, good jobs or even a trade.
There you
Not,
go.
not just,
There
not
you
just,
go.
not just. I'm not saying just go to college. Go to college.
Yeah.
I'm saying, look, you need to have some skill
To make it.
to make it. You can't just be out here. Well, I'm a rap
No.
until you 50. Come on.
Exactly. First
The,
off,
the,
you
the,
gotta
the
make it.
industry is so inundated with rappers of all kinds, of every age, and then you still got these guys that's sitting in the royalty seat and they ain't giving up no time soon.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem going to insist. We're presenting problems, but here it is. We're also presenting the solution. Jackie, we always talk about the problem, but we can actually turn it around if we get up and do something. That's how we correct the problem because it's like this. Closed mouths don't get fed. If don't nobody say nothing, then we can't make an impact. If we keep thinking that it's okay, but see, society is making it like it's okay.
Yeah.
Society is making it, well, I'm living my best life. And we flashing 20s, flashing 50s, and flashing 100s that the government give us.
But you gotta pay it back. It's coming out of somewhere. A lot of
There
people
you
ain't
go.
smart about it, man. You're not
There you go.
utilizing it in the right way. You know. Hold on. Hey, I got my niece on the phone. She going to college. You wanna talk to her?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm gonna turn it down.
Please do. Man, this big, man. This big. This is huge. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, look, and there has been a problem, and we really need to take a hold of it. we really need to take a hold of this problem. We really do. We really need to take a hold of this problem because again, we're not going to stay the same. We're not going to stay the same. There is a major problem on the horizon, and those of us that are sitting back and watching things happen, how big is that? And I know a lot of people they don't like to hear this. They don't like to hear nothing that's going on, especially with this. They don't like to hear these kind of numbers. They don't like to hear, well, the educational system is failing. But that is a part of the entire future. That is a part of our future. Our educational system is a part of our future, not just college, but I'm talking about skills training as well.
We got her on the phone, Tyrone.
Man, let's get it, man.
Hey, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yeah. You on the air, you on the Life Show podcast with me and Tyrone Brown, the juniors.
Yes. How are you, Kelsey?
Can you hear him, Kels?
No.
You can't hear him? He can
No.
hear you.
Yeah, I can hear her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm interested to know her take, her point of view. Because she'll definitely be able to give some insight. And if I'm not mistaken, she's in college right now, right?
She is graduating. What school are you graduating from, Kelsey?
Franklin Central.
She is graduating from Franklin Central.
Wow. Man,
Can you
that's
hear her,
good.
Tyrone?
I'm here.
But
I can hear her.
Okay. He can hear you, Kelsey.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, Tyrone, go ahead. Let's ask her some questions.
Okay. So Kelsey, in your time, have you seen a lot of people that you were going to school with? Have you seen them drop out, or what is it? What is it like the educational system right now in college?
He said, "Have you seen a lot of people drop out? And what's the educational system like right now in college?"
In college? I'm not in college.
Yeah, but you're finna graduate, right?
Yeah.
So moving to college, what do you think the educational system will be like when you get there? Do you think a lot of people are applying? Are they having y'all have shots or have the vaccination before you go?
Mm, I feel like a lot of people are still want to go just to get out the house. We've all been cooped up doing online and stuff like that. And I feel like they'll be more open to getting the vaccine because I'm fully vaccinated. And it's just something that has to go on with life because of what the world has come to.
Are a lot of your high school classmates going to college or making other decisions to take up trades?
I know a lot of them aren't really going to college because it's not something they want to do.
Okay.
Wow, that's huge.
And by that meaning not what they wanting to do, what are they planning on doing?
I know some of them are going to trade and some of them aren't going to college at all.
Okay.
So the pandemic has actually kind of restricted them to just one decision. Either drop out or you know what I'm saying, or go and get a trade.
So do you think that is the cause from the pandemic to where they're saying, hey, I'm not going to go, or is college or a trade to where you just those two options?
I think it's because of the pandemic. Because a lot of people some people don't want to get the vaccine because of all the things they've heard from other people.
Wow.
Now, will you be having a roommate, or have you toured the college that you're going to, and what college are you choosing?
I haven't been there or anything like that yet. I'm going to TSU though.
Okay, and you graduate what, next year, right?
Yes, it
Oh,
may.
okay. So she's going to TSU, and she hasn't visited the campus, but you know, are you going with a friend, or are you just going to? Do you know anyone else that's going to that same college as you?
No, I just my sister went there, and so that's some place I wanted to go because she's familiar with it.
Okay, all right. So
Wow.
that's that's good, and
That's
that's
some
my
that's some
niece.
insight right there, Jackie.
That's my niece. We
Yeah, that's
appreciate you being on. Any other questions you got for Tyrone?
no, I'm good, man. You asked some really good questions. I'm appreciative.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, niece, and Santa Claus will be looking out for you, baby.
All right, thank you.
I love you.
Love you too. Have a good
Okay.
night.
Good night.
You know, Jackie, that was a call that it was eye opening because she's in college and she's
No,
able to see it.
she graduated from high school next year, and she's going to Texas Southern next year. So we
Got it.
have someone who is leaving high school, letting us know what's happening with that group of high school kids, because this is what you wanted to know.
Yep.
So we
Yep.
have someone who hasn't even made it, but I got others who have left. And if we wanted to reach out to them, we can call my nephew who has graduated from Ball State.
Wow.
So, this topic right here, man, I could get you all the answers. Then I have a couple of more nieces and nephews that are graduating high school, going to college, and another niece that is graduating from college.
Yeah.
So I think it is also family as well, and family structure. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying, Tyrone?
Yep. Yep.
No BS, man. I did not want to go to college. I
Yep.
went to Indiana State University. Uh, it was a guy. Shout out to my guy Renzo Williams. It's a guy that I went to high school with, man. Let me tell you about this cat. He went to this thing called Hoosier Boy State.
Okay.
And Renzo Williams said, man, Jackie, I think you need to go down there. I'm going to choose you to go to Hoosiers Boys State. It's at Indiana State University. You're going to love it. It's all about politics, blah, blah, blah. I
Okay.
said, politics?
Wow.
Man, you know who you talking to? Do I want to be involved in some politics? I said, Renzo, man, that don't sound like nothing I would want to go do. But he told me to go, and I went. And that's how I got to see my college campus. So in high school, I got to experience the college life for 1 week.
Wow.
And it was phenomenal. It was so phenomenal. It was so carefree. I was so on my own for 1 week. Had a dorm room, a roommate. So I don't think if people don't experience, they don't want to go. I wasn't the smartest of the bunch, Tyrone. I wasn't making A's and I wasn't up to par on all my grades.
Yeah.
But I had common sense. And common sense say, Jack, you can make it through anything as long as you apply yourself.
Yeah.
I always was the last minute paper pusher, staying up to 2 o'clock in the morning, but I did not want to fail. So
Yeah.
no matter if you feel like learning or high school is the end, you never stop learning.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to teach my son that, because all these kids just think learning stops once you graduate this level or it stops. Well, you're always learning. You're
Yeah.
going to have to learn to do this. You're going to have to learn to do that. They're
Yeah.
going to send you some toy for you to put together for your kid, and you're going to have to read that manual to put that toy together, unless you can just clap and make it all the pieces go together.
You're right.
Never stop learning.
Yep.
People got to realize that. And education is the same way. You're going to continue to learn. Man,
You are.
me and you are still learning
To this day.
Man, right now, how to create podcasts, put them together, put this equipment together. It's not like we don't know it, but we are applying ourselves to get better.
Yeah.
And that's what this educational system has to tell them, man. And that's why when I did go to college, because I experienced that 1 week, it was still a struggle when I got to college, Tyrone. I got
Yeah.
kicked out twice, fam.
Yeah.
2 times. Academic probation. But I saw people that, when they tell you this speech, look to the left, look to the right. One of them people ain't going to be there. And I
Right.
saw all them people fall off.
Yep.
So therefore, it was like, nah, Jack, you're not going to be that person because I don't have a plan B.
Yeah.
And that's what scared me, dude. You feel what
Most
I'm saying?
most people don't have a plan B, man.
So that was
They
my
don't
plan.
have a plan B.
That was my plan A. You feel me? And I couldn't
Right.
fail at it. At the same time, I worked while I was in college. It wasn't easy. I had a trade. I started welding, and I welded them awnings that was on top of my mama house that you seen.
Yeah.
So I drove them all the way from Terre Haute, Indiana, from Indiana State University, and put them on my granddaddy's house.
Wow.
So at the same time I was in college and I got kicked out, I never quit. I never came back to Gary, Indiana. I went to go work at a welding factory and picked up a trade at the same time, then finished my education. It took me longer than usual.
Yeah.
But I finished that son of a gun, dog.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's not even half of the story, Tyrone. I crossed that stage. They told me I needed one more class after I did my internship. And so here go another 2 more years of school because I took it, couldn't afford a book. And Jackie ain't gonna quit. Let me borrow your book. Let me copy as many pages as I can, and let me somehow think that I'm gonna pass this damn test without studying. But I'm gonna try, and I did it, but I failed. I failed that class. But the next year I did it, I passed it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I needed that piece of paper to finish that finish line, man. And so therefore, if you don't know what your finish line is or you don't have a goal, you never can complete it. So graduating high school, yeah, that's a goal, but now you got the goal of life.
And life ain't easy. See, that's the thing that I'm getting. That's what I'm getting into. Because see, all we're looking at is now. Well, I don't. And like I was telling my son, I said, man, look, one day you're going to wake up. You're going to be 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And what will you have to show for it because of all of the opportunities that you jagged? Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And here it is, the educational system, the way that it is now, there aren't many opportunities. Look, you're going to have to get a skill. You're going to have a plan. And then guess what? The people that like us, the parents that are alive and remain, guess what? The majority of us, we're just trying to look after our own self and trying to make sure that we can eat regardless of anybody else.
Trying to tell you.
And so what are you going to do?
We trying to make our money take care of us in the long run.
Yep.
So we trying to teach y'all, hey man, and this is different though, for cultures. It's cultural differences in this, man. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, we have to sit here, man, and we gotta work harder to try to make sure that our kids have something because we're trying to teach them. Like a lot of us don't have healthcare plans and didn't get, you know what I'm saying, stuff from when we're burying our parents and we're paying for them, but then you don't have any life insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? So it's harder for us.
Right.
The preparation down the road is even more harder because, either you prepare for life to say, hey, I got to make sure that I got all of this balanced out and I can take care of myself at the end with me and my kids and making sure that, hey, you don't get overwhelmed of the decisions that your kids make because you got to still make sure that you got a plan for yourself because that is, you're doing the best to educate a person that's going to make their own decisions, to make their own mind. But you're trying to tell them that I know a better way and a simpler way. I have a blueprint for you.
Yeah.
If you listen to me,
yeah,
you keep your credit together, if you pay your bills on time, if you do the things that I'm trying to let you know, then you can have that nice car. You can have that nice house. You can have a great job.
Yep.
And be comfortable.
Yep.
But they don't. And still try to apply your dreams, because we are the parents that still want our kids to live their dreams. You know, it wasn't easier for our parents to make our dreams come true. You know what I mean? But now we see that, hey, we can invest into our kids if they have a great vision and show them that, hey, man, that path is obtainable if you take this route. You know what I'm saying? Our guidance is a little bit more.
But see, check this out, Jackie. When I read those statistics, and it said, look, when it said the greatest impacts were felt or are felt by traditionally underserved groups, including students of color, that really, that really ticked at my heart, because what that means is that my sons are going to be affected. Now, my daughter has finished college. She has her master's in social work, which I'm so glad that she went ahead and finished.
She got a job down here. We can get a job down here.
but see, my daughter lives in Indianapolis.
Oh man, she needs a boy. You know, I got so many nursing homes looking for social workers, baby.
Look, she live in Indianapolis right now. But for my sons, they gonna have an issue, man.
Why? They got an outlet, man.
Issue.
What are they? Are they going to college? Do they want to go to college?
Well, my oldest. Let me put it like this: my oldest son, he's in the National Guard. So, his thing is now getting a trade.
Okay,
that's his thing. But my middle son, my 15-year-old, I'm trying to pump into his mind where he needs to go ahead and solidify something in his mind that he wants to do. Now, granted, my son is very, very talented. Okay. He can do a lot of different things. But see, there goes that thing, jack of all trades, but master of none. I hate that.
I'm him. That's me. But I master it all. I call myself that, but I say, man, Jackie, you mastered all these skills. Yeah. I say that term, but I am mastering those skills. So
yeah. But see, what happens is we get into this ring around the rosy kind of thing to where we get involved in a lot of things, but don't finish nothing. And I'm not just saying that, but it's very prevalent, especially in the African American community, because we will dibble and dabble in this, and then we have that skill, then we'll dibble and dabble in that, then we'll have that skill, then we'll dibble and dabble in this over here, and we'll have that skill, but we don't take our time and master either one. That way, we don't never finish.
Or take all of those and make them into one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Podcast them, say, man, I can do all of these. Tyrone, do you want to run a commercial break real quick?
Sure, we can do that.
Do you want to run a commercial break?
Yes, sir. We can do that, man. We can do that.
I think we're a little heated. We're going to bring it on down with a little commercial from.
What's up, everybody? My name is Tyrone Brown Jr.
And I'm Jackie Roper Jr.
Look, this Junior, man. Hey, let's get it. What we're coming to you today is talking about marketing and advertising. Look, Fox Glen Marketing is at your service for all of your podcasting, marketing, and advertising needs. Look, contact us at the number below. You won't regret it.
We got two numbers. We got a 219 number and we got a 317 number. If you need to talk to Tyrone Brown for the Gary, Indiana area, please reach out to him. This is a partnership that we are working from Gary to Indianapolis to develop small businesses, to make sure that we can get y'all creative marketing and small business development going. Podcasts, all of that, man. Whatever you got going, talk to us, let us know. We got a great following. We are trying to build together to where everybody friends become friends, to where you can reach out to the masses.
Definitely. So you don't want to miss. Look, Fox Glen Marketing and the Life Show. We about to go up. My name is Tyrone Brown Jr.
And I'm Jackie Roper Jr.
Look, keep it locked. Stay consistent.
Here we come, baby.
That was good.
That was a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Life Show and Fox Glen Marketing. We up in here, man.
Oh my God.
Man, Jackie, look, I'm Tyrone Brown Jr. That's from Jackie Roper Jr., man. Look, we are doing some things, and you know, a lot of people, they're not gonna see what we're doing right now, and that's okay. We just keep on pushing, man, because at the end of the day, guess what? A lot of times people not gonna see your vision the way you see it. But here it is. We here. We have arrived at this point, and it's something to say. But we're glad to be back, and we appreciate all of you that tune in, from our Facebook audience to our radio audience, and all of those of you that are tuning in on YouTube and
Who we on tonight?
Twitch.
Right now? Who we on right now?
We're on multiple radio stations.
Right now?
Yeah, we're on multiple radio stations. So we're on Hoosier Heat Radio. We're on Big Mouth Radio. So we're on multiple radio stations.
Giving them
But
shouts out.
I'm telling you know, I'm so excited to be able to do this, because when I started out in July 8th or on July 8th of last year, I didn't imagine this. You know, I just started something because, you know, I wanted to be able to get the word out to the community. But here it is. We out here now. And now Fox Glen Marketing partnering with Jackie, and man, it's a pleasure, man. It really is.
Times, man. It gives me goosebumps, bro.
Yeah.
No. I never wanted to come from behind the camera. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But man, you know, you give me drive, bro. Truthfully, in all honesty, you know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure working with you. I can't wait to do some more commercials with you. Can't
Definitely.
wait to do some more
Definitely.
business up that way with you. You know, Tyrone coming with them business cards pretty soon. We got so
Yes,
much.
sir.
We know it all gonna take time. It's a vision. You know what I'm saying? Dreams do come true if you apply yourself. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
And not just that, but staying consistent.
It has to be.
Staying consistent, man, because regardless of how I feel, what day it is, when I got to get on, I got to get on. And I don't let nothing and nobody stop me. And I'm not saying that to slight anybody else, because that may not be your drive, but it is mine. It is my purpose. I have found my purpose in this. And man, it's been, you know, it's been nothing but going up ever since.
It's not an easy thing, Tyrone, what you do, bro. Tell you the truth, you know, because you can people dibble and dabble on topics, man. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You run an hour with yourself talking about the topic. And I sit here and I literally, you know, I drive my job is marketing all day. So I drive around listening and thinking in my head.
Yeah.
And I sit here and I say, man, how did this guy sit here and talk for an hour? And how did he come up with the topics? Because I always hit you and say, hey, man, what's the topic for tonight? You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I can flow off of any topic, Tyrone,
Right.
but coming up with it to run it is not an easy thing. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't get started because they can't have that consistency of saying, hey, this is my topic for tonight.
Yep.
What
Yep.
it is, what is that term? Brain freeze, brain fart, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
What a writer's block.
Yep.
It happened, man. Play me if you want to. I'm on this show with you. Whenever you go on, I'm on here. So I know your drive. And I
Right.
know how people have talked to me about producing some of these things. What it is they can't come up with the continuous content.
Right.
If they
Right.
have that first show they thinking about their follow-up show.
Yep.
And that's where they messing up at.
Yep.
You have to sit here and just go with that first one. The next one gonna come.
And stay driven. Once
Yeah.
you stay driven, man, once you have your statistics in place, and look, again, I've been used to public speaking, and so I know how to stay on the topic. Like this educational thing, this be that me.
Yeah.
And this is close to my heart because I was the dean of students for a Christian school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then being, you know, around the school system, you know, being a therapist, all of those things, those things are close to my heart. I don't talk about nothing that I'm not experiencing already. And see, that's where people go wrong at. What they do is they start getting into stuff that they ain't experienced, and now they can't speak on it because they don't have no experience in it.
But Tyrone, what you really talking about is so actual, factual, true, man. Because what it's going to do is going to cripple the workforce altogether. It's just not the fast food industry with these sons of guns that think they looking at.
Yep,
man. You're talking about educational system.
Yep.
Do and tell nursing, because I'm involved in nursing care, and nursing. Right now, they don't have any nurses in these nursing homes. And I'm like, well, where are the nurses at? How come people not going out and get educated to be a nurse? And right now they paying a ton of money for a nurse. I'm talking about guapo, man.
Yep.
$67 an hour, man, for a traveling nurse to come from Indianapolis up to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? The money that they are giving these nursing men and women nurses, it's a lot because they cannot hold right now enough nurses in the facilities, man.
Yep.
Even hospitals.
Yep.
So that's part of education.
Yep.
You don't, when you go to college, you can, you know, be a nurse. You know, they got that at college. You have to go to be a nurse. So it's just not, man, you know, when you say educational system, I think people really real and they think that learning, let's take out educational.
Yep.
Let me say the learning system does not stop, man. It does.
Because when that's tainted, Jack, when that's tainted, guess what? Where then will be your workforce? How will things be manufactured? How will things run? How will you get your McDonald's sandwich or your Wendy's or Burger King? When the workforce is stopped, then how are you going to get the things that you like to get? If you don't want to work, guess what? Somebody else don't want to work either. And then somebody else don't want to work either. Because now all of them have the same mindset. And guess what? It takes a long time for you to get into the mindset, especially when you've been off for a couple of years or so. It takes you a long time to get into the mindset. Now I got to get some discipline and get back to learning.
Who you telling? Hey,
man.
It
take a long time.
Hey, man, I had a buddy who got hurt at the job. You know what I'm saying? And he was out for a while. I'm not going to go into this whole story. He was out. But I had put a $50 bet that he wouldn't go back before November because he got cleared.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And it was hard. He started trying to play every game again, not to go back to work because he's been out of it for months. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now you have to go back to what you hated. You didn't want to be there in the first damn place, but now I got to go back.
Yep.
And now the game is over and the time has ran out, which I'm trying to let you, and what you're trying to let these people know, the time is going to run out. This money will stop. Your education will start back up either at this job or that job, but you're going to learn all over again how to obtain a paycheck.
Definitely.
Because whatever your hustle is right now, is it sufficient enough to sustain you in the long run?
Right.
Once you lose that other income.
Yep.
You
Yep.
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now you got to think. Come February, oh, I'm finna file taxes and get a $8,000 return.
So
Oh no, baby.
now you gonna have to pay that money back that you've been getting.
So you end up with $562.
Right.
And you like, well, what happened? But you didn't read the fine print, baby.
Yep. And they taking their money back.
That little fine print when they sit there and they say, hey, take this Tylenol, but it's going to cause congestion, diarrhea, constipation, anal bleeding, all that other stuff. You didn't read it. So what the government has put in place for you is anal bleeding.
Right.
What's going to happen when you try to file and think that all of your money is going to come back? That money, it was supposed to help you at the same time you were supposed to be working.
Yep.
And you were supposed to be saving that for a rainy day, not trying to go buy a new Cadillac, not trying to go buy this and that. Because truthfully, man, I got 3 kids in this house, man.
Yep.
Everything that went up. I make decent amount of money, but inflation is killing my checks, dog, and hurt my pockets.
Yeah.
So I'm educating myself on I'm still educating. I'm still learning how to balance budget and make it sufficient for my family, because I'm not
absolutely
a wealthy man. You know what I'm saying? By no means. I robbed Peter to pay Paul, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know. If you don't know it, you can't sustain and maintain.
Right.
And what we're trying to teach our kids is you don't have to be like this at 40.
Right.
If you educate yourself, if you learn books and balances, savings, deductions, all of that.
Yeah. So look,
I'm so sorry, Tyrone.
No, but here it is. This is the thing, Jackie. If they don't learn it now, look, we raising the red flag right now. So if people don't want to listen to us, guess what? Life is hard. And it's going to kick you straight in the keister, because guess what? It's going to let you know it's there. Yeah. And so you're going to listen to somebody, even if you don't listen to us.
Yes, sir.
But guess what, y'all? I think that's our time. And look, it's been a rip, because we've been talking about this. We're going to share this. We're going to keep on sharing it. It's going to go out there to the airwaves. We hope people listen, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
You can't make that horse drink.
My name is Tyrone Brown Jr.
You wrote for Junior, baby.
Y'all know what time it is. This the Life Show. Junior, Fox, Glen Marketing. Look, man, y'all don't miss. Don't forget, y'all. Wednesday, we got a real special interview coming up in here. Don't forget, man, it's gonna be life-changing. We'll be talking about the whole sex trafficking deal, as well as domestic violence.
Oh my God.
We got a doctor. We got a doctor coming up in here, man.
Hot.
It's gonna be hot.
Oh my God. Sex trafficking?
Sex trafficking and domestic violence. So y'all don't want to miss it, y'all.
Hey man, I might have somebody to call in and call in and got a story on that one, man. Some hot stuff going on, man.
Please do. But look, y'all have a safe night. Y'all be safe, man. Drive safely. Happy holidays to y'all. Look, don't let all that BS in your space. Be positive.
Stay positive, man. Let's run it for him, T.
You know.